is the Oddball Show, a podcasting collaboration of JP Land Productions and Oddball Magazine.
Yes, indeed, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea, it's time once again for another edition of the Oddball Show. Joining us on the show tonight are DJ Dende, DJ Mizont, and DJ Mizont, three of the four vibrant souls behind the house music movement known as ERATO, now about to celebrate its one-year anniversary, which we'll talk about in just a moment. We'll meet them all in just a moment, but first, let me introduce the Oddballs real quick. My name is Prof. I represent the Boston hip-hop powerhouse known as JP Land Productions, and with me, as always, or soon, are Boston's poetic princes, Mr. Chad Parento. You can catch him every Monday night as the host of the Stone Soup Poetry Open Mic at the Out of the Blue Art Gallery in Cambridge. He will be along shortly. But with me, as always, creator and editor-in-chief of Oddball Magazine and Jagged Thinker, Mr. Jason Wright.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Wright from Oddball Magazine. Happy to be on the program today with the DJs for ERATO. This is going to be an awesome podcast, and we're looking forward to it. So yeah, without further ado, let's kick this off.
And let me we have only just been this last moment joined by my partner in lime, 1/3 of the triumvirate of JP Lime. Joining us tonight, Scholar, aka Mr. Ivan De Jesus. Thanks for being here.
Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing?
What's up, Scholar?
Hey, man. Thanks for making it.
Yeah, man. I had to give myself an applause for that one. It was very.
I thought that was Prof who applauded you, but that I was about to, but you're too quick on that.
No. I got to pat myself on the back for making this one. It was very last minute, but hey, I'm here, so let's have some fun. What's up, everybody?
All right.
So as I mentioned on the program tonight, we are joined by three of the four creative minds responsible for ERATO, a house music celebration that takes place monthly at Club Bohemia, which is downstairs from the Cantab Lounge. Now approaching its one-year anniversary, ERATO is energetic and alive and looks to bring together the underground house music scene for something entirely brand new. So please give a rousing Oddball Show welcome to DJ Dende and DJ Mizont, a.k.a. the Couples Couple, and DJ Mizont.
Having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks very much for being here. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
I think it should be a great conversation tonight. Yeah.
Welcome to the Oddball Show. It's going to be a fun time. We're looking forward to talking to you guys, pumping up the ERATO. Let's talk.
Let me kick it off here with this question. How strong is the Boston house music scene? I mean, Boston is a pretty artsy city. There's a lot of different kinds of music in Boston. We've obviously talked to many different people here in the Oddball Show about different kinds. And when we had Liza Zayas on, who is the fourth member of your group or your team, she was really passionate about it, and she really had a lot of good to say about the house music scene in Boston. So, what do you feel? Is there a real strong Boston house music scene? Is it as a city that goes to bed at 1 o'clock? Is it affected? Is it what do you think?
I think it's strong, and it's strongly growing every month.
Yeah.
Yes, I love our scene. Honestly,
I second that definitely. I've been in the scene since '93, so over the years I've seen it grow, definitely.
Right on. So how long have you all been, first of all, DJing here in Boston, and then secondly, DJing as a whole? How long have you been DJing here in Boston? Have you DJed anywhere else? Anybody?
Alex and I have been DJing in Boston together since 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been DJing way before me, though. Like I said, I've only been DJing for 5 years. He's been DJing for 15 years, but we started together as a duo together in 2013, and we've been playing like that ever since. And we've played, we play in Boston. We've played in New York with Quentin Harris. We've played in New Jersey with other New Jersey legends out there. So we're slowly moving and growing.
Making our way up the ladder slowly.
I'll tell you, Oddball Magazine loves ERATO. We write about it all the time. Liza writes for the Underground Garden, and I'm good friends with Liza. And she's always talking. Most of her articles peppered in with poetry is about ERATO and some of the events. And we'll talk more about the big event, the 1-year anniversary on July 9th. But I don't want to get ahead of myself too much, so I'll back it up a little bit. But
so you guys said you started as a duo in 2013. Was ERATO then something you formed after you were all a duo? And how did you meet up with Mizont? Did you know him before? And same thing, I guess, for Liza, because she is also the host of ERATO, right? So how'd you all come together?
So ERATO started last year in July of 2015, and
Yep.
Alex and I DJed together for the first time. What was it? Columbus Day weekend.
Yeah, Columbus Day weekend.
Columbus Day weekend of 2013, and it sort of happened by accident. I was supposed to be DJing and tag teaming with another DJ, but he was, my husband was actually called in to step in for that person's place, and that's kind of how we started. We DJed together, and at the end of the night, we were just like, wow, like, this actually worked really, really well. The crowd loved it. Everyone loved it, and we were encouraged to continue playing like that as opposed to just being solo DJs. And that was actually the same night that we met Mizont. And Mizont was the one
Yes, it was.
who, although we went home, he wrote something on Facebook like, oh, what I witnessed tonight was something, out of this world, and the couple's couple. So, like, it's stuck with us ever since. So we just decided to be called the couple's couple. And
so Mizont gave you your name?
Yeah, pretty much. He said.
Pretty much.
I did.
So when you saw them that night, Mizont, did something light up for you that said, all right, listen, this is really got to be something I got to pursue. I gotta go find out what these two are about and put something. What did you instantly think? All right, we got to start doing something together, or are you just interested in hearing more from them?
Well, for me, it was a spiritual thing. I wasn't in a scene for quite some time. It was a couple of months, and I was told to get out of bed to hear these two play. And it didn't matter if I was in my PJs. I was just told to get out. I did. Went in my PJs, actually. Went in my PJs. But I knew it was going to be a special night because, Bruno, who you probably heard of, he was actually throwing a night, and he wanted me to hear these two play. So as they're playing through the night, and I'm listening to these guys, I knew right away that there was something special going on, but I didn't know who was behind the decks because I was told not to approach them. Just go to the bar and have a beer. So I did. And then I was finally introduced to Maddie first, and then I was introduced to Alex as well, and the rest is history. I mean, after that conversation we had, I just knew that our city had someone special, and it's been guidance ever since, all my experience. I'm just trying to, show them, the right way, and they're doing pretty well, so.
I mean, it's pretty dope that you said that was the first night that you had tag team together, that you happened to be there. So you talk about a spiritual experience. Sometimes things come together in the right kind of way, So then, how does Liza, who's not here, how does she fit in? Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Oh. Well, I believe Liza. I believe Liza and Maddie and Alex had a relationship before that night, so.
Oh yeah, we've known Liza.
I'm not quite sure on that, but.
We've known Liza for some years. Liza has always been a house head for as long as I've known her.
Yeah.
So, you say a hothead?
House head.
Oh, a house. Oh, gotcha. That makes a lot more sense.
A dance head.
Carry on.
House head, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been a house head for as long as I've known her, and you know, she's always been like a party girl. She's always helped promote and throw events and stuff like that. So it wasn't until I want to say last year in April where we all sat down together and discussed starting a new night with DJ Dende and I being the resident DJs and just bringing something new and fresh to Boston and the underground house scene.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And how'd you end up at Club Bohemia? How'd you end up at that being your place of residency?
Well, we just looked for an available venue that was convenient as far as, travels and a city that was busy, which was Cambridge. I think it's the perfect location, honestly.
Yeah.
And at first we didn't like it, but we grew to love it because it really gives us the underground vibe that we play for. So, like, if you go into the Cantab Lounge and you want to get to Club Bohemia, you have to go down these stairs. And it's sort of like a little, like a bar in a basement type of thing, almost.
That's cool.
And right underneath, you
can very underground.
Yeah, very underground. And you can feel the train underneath, too. So, it's super fitting and very perfect for what we're doing.
What's amazing about Liza's column is called The Underground Garden, and when we first talked about what she was really passionate about besides poetry, she was like, I'm really into underground house, and I was like, she's like, I just love underground house dance, and I'm so into the movement and the music, and then she said, I was like, well, let's call it something. It's like a place where it grows, and I want this to grow, and the house community is growing, and I was like, well, let's call the underground, and then she's like, garden, and then there we go. We have your column, and we called it the Underground Garden. Yeah. And, I mean, it's a really great. I mean, the fact that literally Club Bohemia is the underground, literally the underground part of the Cantab Lounge. Or other things like with the Cantab Lounge. Has a poetry event every Wednesday. That's pretty huge in Boston, and just like house music, the poetry movement is growing and it's underground just as well. But I guess I don't want to steer the conversation to this, but I have to ask, having the everything underground, does it feel like this community growing? That like how do people find out about this? How big is like how Prof asked, how big is the house community? Is there a lot of hip hop heads and poets and other people who are just coming down to groove out and I mean, I'm sure I probably know a lot of the cats who go to the shows. So how deep and how big that play? How big do you get that place when you get it rocking? How many people can you fit in that place at one time? And how big is the community there?
Well, I think our max.
That's like 17 questions.
Wow.
Sorry.
It really was.
That was like the whole time. I was like,
that's a lot of time.
I believe our max capacity is 100. Our biggest event, we had 94, 96 people in there.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
So our goal with what we're doing, we just want to, since we're bringing this fresh sound and a fresh vibe that's so very needed in our community, we want it to grow more than what it is now, because we have a nice scene here, but we have seen the other scenes in different communities like New Jersey where you're just like, oh my God, like why is Boston not like this? So,
and that's kind of where I was going with my opening question, not to cut you off, but I feel the same way about the Boston hip-hop scene. And it's been changing, I think, the last 7-8 years versus 10 years ago maybe. There's a lot more activity and a lot more like collective kind of activity, supporting rather than like, it's not that it was unsupportive, but everybody was doing their own thing, staying in their own lane, and doing it kind of together, but not as a collective, not feeding off each other in the way that it should, as a growing movement, art movement in the city should. So that was kind of one of my thoughts going into that opening question, was that like, I feel that same way about Boston. There's so much potential for it, and there's people that want to go out and hear music. So why is it sometimes so hard for something like that to grow?
Right. I don't know what it is, but all I know is that, seeing that side of the house community in New Jersey was what inspired me to bring that here to Boston and to grow it out here and make it just as big as it is out there. Like, I'm telling you, they have festivals in the parks where it gets full with like over 5,000 people, So
yeah,
we want that. And it's so easy for us to be like, well, you know what? Screw Boston. Let's pack our bags and move to New Jersey. But
right.
I'd rather plant that here. I'd rather plant those seeds here and make it grow.
Bring the underground garden to Boston, man. Make it grow the garden.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I love it, honestly. Like the feedback we've gotten from folks who have came out to ERATO, people that came from New York, and even people that are from Boston that have traveled to party in New York and New Jersey, they have multiple times reached out to us and thanked us and said that, they didn't feel like they were in Boston when we were playing. They felt like they were out of the state. They felt like they were in New York, or like if they were in New Jersey. And that in itself is a huge compliment, because that lets me know that we are doing the right thing. Our goal is starting to come through.
Right on, man.
All right.
Hey,
All
hey,
right.
Mizont. Birthday wishes are in order, right? Happy birthday.
Yes.
Recently, 10 days ago.
Yep. Happy birthday, Mizont.
Thank you. Yeah.
Which makes you
Yeah, man.
a Gemini, is that correct?
100%, my friend.
Which you
100%.
share very strongly in common with Mr. Skull over here, who is the most Gemini I've ever seen. Yeah. Who also has a question?
Special people.
Yep. Salutes to my fellow Geminis. Gemini season just concluded. Lot of great artists and minds have been Geminis. But in any event, a couple of questions for, is it Madeline or am I mistaken?
Yes, that's me.
Okay. So you mentioned New Jersey. I have family out there. I'm just curious. Why New Jersey? What part of New Jersey? Where does that all come from?
Oh, well.
Are you from out there?
No, I'm not from there. We just we get invited every now and then to DJ out there in London,
Gotcha.
Jersey. So we were able to have the opportunity to witness the house music community out there, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm in no way, shape, or form surprised that something in New Jersey, as far as like music and art is concerned, is a hell of a lot more poppin' than it is out here, at least on the surface. And there are numbers to consider as well. Boston is a little bit smaller, but I hear ya. And my other I guess series of questions were for both of you, Lamont and Madeline. It is Lamont, correct? I got that right?
Mizont.
Yeah, you do.
All right,
Yep.
Gotcha. Just making sure. All right, so you guys do house music. Admittedly, I'm in no way, shape, or form familiar with like what's current in house music today. My old school mind, I think of house music, and I think of acts like CNC and even the freestyle movement with the Stevie B's and Lisette Melendez, Lisa and Cold Jam, stuff like that.
Right.
I guess really what I'm asking is how much does it all coalesce? Do you guys really focus on what's out today or what's been out, in more current times, the last 3 or 4 years, or do you mix it up? And if so, how does the crowd respond? Do you get a lot of variance as far as like older heads and newer heads, people just discovering it, people maybe discovering the old stuff for the first time, some of the older heads discovering the new stuff? How does that all play out? Because it sounds like a kick-ass time and a kick-ass movement. I'm just I just want to see it better. Any comments?
Well, yeah. I play a lot of old school house. I play a lot of new school house too. I'm sure you've heard of Soul to Soul. Well, they just came out with a new record.
Really?
Okay, they just came out with a new record produced by Little Louie Vega. It's called The New Day. Right now. You know, so, and then there's a lot of new records I play too. But Dende and Mestina have a very unique, eclectic collection of music, and I'll let those guys explain it, but they have a very long range of sound.
So is that something, because, you know, there's definitely, you know, within hip-hop, to touch on Prof's point for a little bit, there are definitely a lot of older artists that make new music that you just don't hear about much because, you know, they're not pushed by the radio. They don't have that same, you know, industry backing that they did when they were in their heyday. Is that also typical of house music and house music artists?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it has changed since the 90s. The backing on the LPs and the singles, it's really coming out of pocket now. It's not being backed by anybody. So a lot of artists are doing stuff from home, you know, the production and the mastering and everything. You know,
how do you guys get your hands on as DJs?
You know,
it's so indie.
Cool, Alex and I, Dende and I.
Well, there's a couple.
Yeah.
We normally just shop for our music online.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we gotta support the artists.
Yeah, we shop for our music online, and
yes.
Sometimes we are blessed and have some of the older DJ producers. Some of them, they'll send us tracks, you know, exclusives, but most of the time we buy our music. We search.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah,
one thing, guys, me, Maddie, and Alex, Maddie, Alex, and myself, one thing we do in our industry is, we might get a promo copy of an artist's song, but when that song is released, we are buying that song as well.
Yeah, supporting the artist.
Just to keep this there.
I mean, is that a common thing in your industry?
The way it should be.
For people to just, I mean, it seems like it could be pretty easy to just jack people and not even just give proper money, but proper credit. You know, that much like hip hop, it's an art form based on using other people's music to create something new. So one of the biggest parts of that is giving proper credit. You know, like, so is that a big thing in your industry that people don't do that correctly?
Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know.
Not that we know, but
right on.
But we always love to support all artists.
I suppose that was kind of a loaded question. Like, hey, do you know of DJs who do this shadily?
No.
Yeah.
I think you meant to say, like, when credit is due, right?
We do. We're not like other people who sometimes would just burn their music from YouTube and then burn it onto a CD. You know what I'm saying? Like, we buy our music.
Right on.
Support artists.
Yeah,
buy your music. Don't.
If we're gonna keep this scene going, then we definitely gotta support all our artists out there.
Support the artists and play with quality.
Oh, nice.
I love it. And my apologies, Alex. I didn't realize you were there. I'm having trouble keeping track of the icons here, so I didn't mean not to direct a question to you as well. My bad.
Yeah, her picture's there. That's why.
Yeah. Any payola going on? You guys ever get a little pay for play action? Like, hey, play my record. I'm hot. I'm popping. I'm serious. I mean, hey, this happens, you know.
No, not really. A lot of the records we actually play because they're really hot. So.
Would you welcome it?
We really don't get the random guy.
Would you welcome being corrupt? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, ethically, would you welcome it?
Are you asking, like, if an artist came with their promo CD for us to play it during our set?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, or sent you something via mail, shot you an email, say, hey, I'll send you a check, or here's my PayPal account, $50, that type of stuff.
It's different, you know. If they approach, if I feel like if they approach me in the club and say, hey, can you play this track? It's dope, and I created it. I'm not gonna play it. Just because I haven't heard it and I have a vibe going on, and I don't know if your song is going to throw off my vibe.
Yeah,
And
right on.
you know, but you know, if you send it to me while I'm in my house and it's plenty of time for me to listen to it and I like it, yeah, I'll play it.
There you go.
If it's fitting, you know, if it fits with my vibe. I have a vibe that I like to maintain. I like to keep a hype up vibe. I like to keep people dancing the entire night. If I see somebody sitting down, I make sure that I get their asses up.
Yeah, definitely. It's
so if your song can do that, I'll definitely play it.
Yeah, like if an artist comes up and is like, here, play our track, and their track is more like a tech house track, and what we're playing is all soulful, it's definitely not gonna sound
it'll clash.
good. It's gonna clash with what we're trying to bring to the night. So, but eventually we will get it in there. Like we don't just exclude it and be like, yeah, we're not gonna play your track. You know, because like I said, we gotta love and support our scene. Not only that, our artists.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's a great conversation, fellas and fillettes.
Well, here, let's take a quick moment. Let me. We have our other member, other wheel of the oddball wagon, oddball carriage. Mr. Chad Parento, you can find him every Monday night as the host of the Stone Soup Open Mic, one of the livest poetry open mics in Boston, one of the most long-standing, and he himself is a gentleman, a scholar, and a Jesus poet above all measure. Please welcome.
I am the seventh wheel of this five-wheel horse cart, or five, and I'm here to answer the hard questions. You haven't gone deep enough, Chris. Have you ever, at any point, accepted a plate of brownies and found CDs hidden underneath and taken them? And who the hell uses CDs anymore? These are the hard fighting questions. We need to expose the house community now.
Yeah.
Just when you think you have the answers, I change the questions.
I couldn't
hear
then.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Mr. Chad is calling in from like a walkie-talkie in through a cell phone.
Yeah, walkie-talkie.
Well, he is the elder statesman of the group, so it wouldn't shock me if he actually had a functioning walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Does this sound?
Or dial-up internet.
Does it sound better now?
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, my sound. For some reason, my mic and my sound go to default. So every time I try and sign in the first time, I can't hear anything, and I'm not sure if my mic's working. So sorry about that.
That's okay. It's fun. It's an adventure. Yeah. Like wandering into a dark.
It's also like, what did you just say? Let me laugh about it because I have no idea what you just said.
I want to make a good impression. This is actually the first time I've spoken with the people of ERATO, and I've been helping to document their adventures in the music scene, thanks to Liza Zayas' Underground Garden. I think I first heard about them for their back in 2015 when they had a show back in August at that time. I think they were playing alongside TCC and DJ Sapphire.
Yes.
And we've documented them several times since, and of course, because I'm lame and I date a teacher, I've missed every single late-night show, but I do vow to make one eventually.
Like July 9th.
I would love that. I would love that very much.
Of all the events, this is the one you don't want to miss.
July 9th.
I believe you.
At Club William.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is large.
It's I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I don't even dance, but I'm gonna feel the beat. I'm gonna dance.
I'm the awkward.
It's gonna be a move.
I am the token awkward person at every dance club. I was there the last night at Man Ray, and I'll be here for the first, or I should say, the latest big show for ERATO. I'm very excited.
Where were you, Chad?
I was there at the last night of Man Ray.
What's Man Ray?
Oh boy, just not. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It was a golf club.
Everyone with a face icon is shaking their head, Jason. Even I know what Man Ray is.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'd look it up.
I'm looking it up.
It's a golf club. Very cool.
I dated at least one person who used to dance there, and I've known other people who made it a vigil, came all the way from Philadelphia when that place closed, and they keep on saying it's going to open again, but unfortunately the Magic 8-Ball sign points to no every year. But there's hope. But if it opens, I'll recommend ERATO to play. Why not?
Yeah. So I just wanted to...
That place is legendary.
So everyone, all of our Oddball listeners, July 9th, come support ERATO's 1-year anniversary. This is going to be a hot show. It's at Club Bohemia in Central Square, right?
Yes.
Yes.
At the Cantab Lounge, down Club Bohemia.
Correct.
We actually are bringing in...
Right in Central Square, right next to the Red Line.
Yes.
The Cantab loves you guys. They have you there. They've had you there a lot this last year.
Yes, they're happy with us. Thank God.
Yeah.
And
they treat us well, so.
We're just really excited. You know, this event, we are bringing down our favorite DJ and producer. Like, this is I don't know. Alex, is he your favorite too?
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites.
Okay, well, he's my #1 favorite. Of all the DJs I've heard, all the producers I've heard, he is my favorite. I am extremely excited to be bringing him down.
Can we say who it is? Because he has cool, awesome name.
Since we were talking about New Jersey.
He is from New Jersey. His name is Jihad Muhammad. He has produced many amazing tracks. You can find him on TrackSource, and just type in Jihad Muhammad on TrackSource and you'll find all his music. It'll pop up. But he's amazing. This man, oh my God, his sets are incredible.
Really? Oh.
What makes him so good? For those of us who are not who are unaffiliated in some kind of ways with house music, what is it that because you sound like you really love his music.
His music, man, his song selections, the way he plays, the way he drives everybody on the dance floor into a frenzy. It's an experience. Like, you know, I can't really say much except it's an experience that everybody should experience at least once.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Being on a dance floor while he's playing.
Right on. Because I think that's one of the coolest things about.
He's also.
Go ahead. Sorry, Mizont, go ahead.
He's also an accomplished producer. Man plays multiple instruments. He's got around 30 or 40 tracks that are classics. And he's a humble guy too when you meet him. So
incredibly humble.
You know, other than that, he's just a gifted musician and.
He does his thing. He rocks.
It's going to be an amazing experience. So.
This man has traveled to play in South Africa, Ibiza, and all these other places. Like, you know, he is worldwide known. And
he's coming to ERATO July 9th.
Bringing him to ERATO.
Yep.
Crazy. Wow, that's awesome.
Those what did it take to get him to
ERATO? Yeah, that's crazy.
What was the question? What did it take to get?
Yeah, what did it take to
Maddie
get
and Alex
come to Cambridge?
And Alex, and me and Alex, because Jihad loves us as well. You know, he's the one that has booked us multiple times to play in New Jersey. So we've established a relationship with him and a friendship with him, and you know, he knows what we are about and what we're trying to do here in Boston. So, you know, he was gracious enough to want to help us by being our guest for the 1-year anniversary, and I am extremely thankful for him.
Yeah.
So this is the house event of the summer.
This is the house event of the summer.
Boom. July 9th, Club Bohemia. You guys got to check this out. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be music and what else is going to be going on there? You know, what else can we expect at this show? I'm really excited.
Besides you awkwardly dancing, Jason?
Everybody is going to be dancing, Jason. paying attention to your awkward dances.
Oh, I got moves. I got moves.
That's how it is. That's how it is at Club Bohemia at ERATO. You know, everybody dances. Everybody is in their zone.
Lots of PBR.
Everyone gets lost.
Okay.
What it's all about. So what you can expect is you're expecting to walk in to a club, listening to music, sweat on the walls, people taking off their shirts, dancing all night. Maybe a cipher would go on with, a circle of guys dancing. Everybody's going to be dancing.
This is the hottest event of the summer. And dance your ass off at ERATO, July 9th.
Yes, it's an experience you won't forget.
Jihad makes everybody want to get naked on the dance floor. So.
Church. Me naked. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna
tweeting that out there.
Let's keep our clothes on, Jason.
Okay. Can I save you a dance? Are you coming to this event July 9th?
What'd you say?
Yeah, is Chad coming to the event? Is he gonna dance his ass off?
Chad, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh. I will do my best just to make it there. I can't guarantee dancing. I don't drink, and I would imagine it would take like half my blood weight in alcohol to make that happen. But I will do. I will.
Wow.
If one of you can like trank me, I will definitely. I'll definitely give it a go. I'll at least get a Cabbage Patch out of me. It may be small, but I'll do it.
There are no rules at ERATO, so if you want to come, you don't have to drink, you don't have to dance.
Yep.
If you want to come to just vibe out and watch everybody else dance, you're still going to have a good time. There are no rules.
I believe you. I totally believe you.
Yeah, I'm bringing you.
Got plenty of water.
Yes.
I think we should have a JP Lime versus Oddball Magazine dance battle.
Oh.
I'm totally down to do some full pop and lock in. Bring back the real Running Man,
That
not the
might
new one
work.
that everybody's doing.
Our skills are documented, bro.
Record that? Can we record that?
Our old school pop and lock and Dancing to Run DMC is well recorded.
All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to.
I agree. Stop what you're doing.
Oh, boy.
See, when I break dance, it's because like I break an ankle or something trying to bust a move. It's
I was on the level of like bad Rodney Dangerfield impersonator. Like, hey, I went to go see some club music. I got like 5 concussions. Like, what the hell was that? What the hell was that?
Well, make sure to have
that was so bad. I should have said. That was.
I think the long and short of it is, if you're gonna come to the event, as a matter of fact, please come to the event on July 9th, but come for the music. Do not come for the JP Lime and Oddball Magazine dance battle.
I like this. I love this. JP versus Oddball, and Stone Soup will judge.
And there's no dress code either, so you can come as you are.
You coming in sweats, tank.
Yep, no dress code.
I like that. I like that.
I think the less clothes the better, because that way you don't
I got my leisure suit and matching pencil case ready.
It's gonna be hot out there, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sweat off a few pounds.
We'll have some paramedics waiting for anybody outside if y'all need it.
For sure.
Well, hey, this seems like a perfect little break point to do a what's going on actually at jplineproductions.com and Oddball Magazine. Each podcast we try to give you a little update on our 2 websites that make up the team of the Oddball Show. Chad or Jason, you guys want to go first? Or you want me to kick it off with what's going on?
Why don't you start off with the dance off of the century?
Date to be determined. Well, actually, no, I guess it's July 9th.
Why not? Better. All right, where do you go, JP Lime? You go.
All right. Well, over at jplineproductions.com, where you can actually find the Oddball Show going on right now live. We'll also mention our Twitter and Facebook in just a moment. But right now, that show is going on live at jplineproductions.com. Over there this week, you can find a couple real good pieces of content. We are your world with a crunchy hip-hop center, so a lot of what we do has to do with hip-hop, but we also like to explore other things as well. Today, Mrs. Scala put up a piece about Tidal and an advertising campaign that he kind of worked through a little bit. You want to talk about that, Scholar?
Yeah, so long story short, I've been knee deep in grad school for the past year, and I'm almost done, a couple of more months. And it's eating up a lot of my time. I'm not able to contribute to all the artistic ventures that I have going on with JP Lime and then some oddball collaborations, Stone Soup, all that good stuff. It's kind of tearing away at me, but I got to find ways to contribute when and where available, when and where possible. So one of the classes that I just wrapped up was a 21st century advertising class, and I chose to do my term paper on Tidal, Jay-Z's streaming service, Jay-Z and Company streaming service. And basically I had to develop an advertising campaign plan for them, and I did. And, the teacher liked it. And I decided to share it with the world. So it's up on JP Line Productions right now. The long and short of it is my vision for Tidal as far as their messaging strategy and what they should focus on as far as advertising and marketing, and as far as establishing their position in the marketplace, is to become the premier high-end streaming service available for consumers. So obviously streaming is the way of the future. It's the way of now. We're there. You've got your Spotify at I want to say 30 million users. You've got Apple Music at 10 million, and then Tidal is I shouldn't say right behind them, but it's gaining its market share. It's up to 3 million users. One of the things I feel that it can do better is to simply maximize and optimize the fact that they have exclusives such as Prince, such as Beyonce, such as Kanye West, Jay-Z, etc. They have those exclusive artists that you're not going to hear much elsewhere, but they don't really push that enough. So I think their advertising strategy should be, hey, not only are you getting optimal quality and high fidelity sound and video from us, you're also going to hear some music that you're not going to hear anywhere else. So they should focus, their advertising campaign, their radio spots, their television commercials, their web banners, things of that sort. Along those lines. So a lot of the paper has to do with that. Admittedly, it's not perfect. When you've got so little time to do everything, work, life, school, etc. A lot of it is, hey, I just got to get this shit done. Let me just put it on there and see what see what sticks. But overall, I was pleased with my effort, and I was pleased with the end product. So again, it's up there for everybody to view, and I welcome any feedback, any constructive criticism. Any applause, whatever. Hey, feel free to tweet me at scholar_JPL or simply at JP Lime, or you can find me on Facebook. Leave your comments on there too. So that's that. Prof, what do you got?
So that went up today, and then last Friday I put up a piece about gun control and gun violence and our lack of conversation to that end, and how we how we seem to have a problem getting anywhere with that. So that went up last Friday, and we'll push that a little more this week, especially in light of the sit-in in the House and the failed votes in the Senate on Monday, and then obviously the tragedy in Orlando. There's a lot to bring that conversation to the top. So I don't know. I really just want to talk about why can't we talk about this. So that's up at jp9productions.com. Keep an eye for little bits of hip-hop history called Rap Flashback, and everything. The headquarters for all things JP Lime can be found at jp9productions.com. Swinging on over to the boys of Oddball. What's going on with you guys this week?
Well, I was going to say, last Friday we actually reposted your gun story, but we can't talk about that now because you just did. Ironic. Anyway, as far as
content, what he put up, I mean, not to interrupt you, but seriously, Prof is being modest. That was a great article. You guys got to check it out. And you can check it out at Oddball Magazine and JP Lime. Go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry, but out of the highlights of the last 2 weeks, we've had some good ones. I can especially note that we've debuted two showings. One is we're highlighting a public cable access show out of Cambridge called What Do You Think? And that's actually run by two friends of Oddball and Stone Soup, and JP Lime, Just Enough, and Steve Warren. And we just reposted episode 2 this past Monday. Also, last Monday we featured the return of Junkman Radio. The first episode, it went on for a little while and then petered out, and then he came out of retirement just to be part of our website. And I would go back to Junkman Radio episode 1. It's a unique selection of music that is from very rare, independent, small music, and otherwise sometimes unavailable. Sometimes he gets stuff that isn't even available online, but he finds a way to mix it into his radio show to give it more attention, which I actually respect. I would give that a look as well. As far as more recent poems and other goodies, we've have Jason's Jagged Thought, which just came up today. We also published a poet and future video game producer, Chelsea Belle Goodell, with her interesting take on Martians and how they celebrate their New Year. It was a very interesting sequence of prose poems, and that's up at Oddball right now. And tomorrow we actually have 2 poets who come from us from the Wentworth School at Stone Soup. Stone Soup, of course, has been partnering with Oddball for a couple of years now, and eventually, if people come to Stone Soup for the first time, we tell them to submit to Oddball. And we got 2 people who came from Wentworth who are not what you would say natural poetry writers or fans, but they came one time because of a class, and they ended up sending work to us, and we decided to accept them both, and they're being viewed tomorrow. And also, of course, we have many more things coming up, including poet columnist Andrew Bourne with 7 Times, James Van Looy with It's All One Thing, and of course our friend and yours, and hopefully everyone else is out there if they know what's good for them, Liza Zayas with The Underground Garden. All that and much, much more.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah. Also, just a quick plug. Right now, if you go to Oddball Magazine, you can check out this podcast, The Oddball Show with ERATO. I'm going to read my Jagged Thought at the end of this program. It's called Our Own Pollution. And I got to give a shout-out to Chelsea Belle Goodell came out with a good poem, but Cesar Valtierra, great art from Cesar.
Good stuff. He's been a strong person. He's been doing work almost on command. If we say we had this poem by Michael Chin a few weeks back, which was basically a prose poem on the history of famous people who are secretly gay or openly gay in the world of professional wrestling. And I asked Cesar to produce some artwork, and wow, all I gotta say is thank you, Cesar. You're definitely MVP for this summer so far.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely. He's like our George Panagopoulos, you know.
Yes.
I mean, respect to George. We love George. He's been an oddball artist for forever for us. Real quick, just want to shout out The Odds again with Bill Harvey coming through with another awesome comic strip. It comes through every Monday, along with that alternate with What Do You Think and Junkman Radio. So yeah, we got a lot going on Oddball. We got a lot of content. You guys got to check us out. You can also find us on Instagram at Oddball Magazine, Instagram, and our Twitter, Oddball Magazine, and all Facebook, Oddball Magazine. We're all over the place. You got to check us out, as well as
first base, Oddball Magazine. Second base, Oddball Magazine. Third base, Oddball Magazine. Pitching,
Oddball Magazine.
No one gets the Looney Tunes.
I don't think I got it. What's that from? Was that like Who's on First?
That was from when Bugs Bunny played beat an entire baseball team by himself, and they're like pitching Bugs Bunny, catching Bugs Bunny, third base Bugs Bunny, second base Bugs Bunny. I thought, oh well, what can I say? Over the heads. You can hear the planes fly by in South Boston, but it's really over the heads of everyone who heard that joke. Okay, thank you. Back to the Cool House.
Whoa, slow it down.
I deserve every bit of that.
All right, so that is what's going on this week, and at jplanproductions.com and at oddballmagazine.com. Please come check us out and find us on the various social media where you get your information. We have only about 10 more minutes left here on the Oddball Show. We cruise through these hours when we have a guest that has a a lot to say and has a real good conversation. So we appreciate your time here. We only have time for a couple more. I just want to ask one real quick because I'm always interested in this. Whose idea was the name for ERATO?
That's a good one.
It was actually Liza's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liza.
Yeah, Liza came up with the idea of the name, which was funny because I also came up with an idea for a name, and we both went with Greek mythology. But I actually liked hers better, so I was like, yeah, let's go with ERATO.
That's dope.
What was yours?
Yeah, what was yours there, Miss Tina?
My name, I don't even remember anymore. Do you remember what mine was?
No,
I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know. I know it had something to do with Greek mythology. That's where I went. Liza went the same direction, and I got excited. I was like, yes, Scorpios, let's go. Because we're both...
Does ERATO mean love, I'm guessing? Love.
No, ERATO is one of the... I'm sorry. Why don't you guys answer?
Am I wrong? I guess.
Yeah. ERATO is one of the Greek muses.
Yes. She is a muse of lyric poetry.
Oh, that sounds like Liza.
So other than the ring of the word itself, what about that that meaning? Why did that become the name for your group?
Well, because we are their muses, and we are mused to muse, pretty much.
We are mused.
We're inspired to be inspired.
That's quotable.
Yeah, to be inspired. Beautiful.
It's inspired house music, so it's who we are. I felt it was very, very fitting for what we were bringing to Boston, and having it be a new experience for everyone.
That's really dope. I think it's a great name. I really I had to look it up because actually, Jason, I thought it was the same thing at first, and then I had to remember the names of the three muses. But I think it's a great name. I really do. And you can have a deep meaning, but also it has like a great initial reaction. Which is it's a good. The word itself has a good ring to it. It really
Powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful. That's right.
I like it, and I feel like it's different, from everyone else's parties and their names. I feel like it stands out.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Jason, before we get to your jagged thought, does anybody else have any more closing questions for our friends here at ERATO?
One question was for the couples couple. I guess it's more like a comment question, like I'm gonna go off like I usually do. Basically, I was talking to you during the warm up, and we were talking about how you really got to see how you guys work together, because it's not just it's you guys are playing off of each other to keep the party going with Alex doing one thing and then 5 minutes later and then you doing another thing, and then it's pretty crazy to get that feel, and you can only really get that feel if you are. I mean, you can check them out on SoundCloud at TCC, the couple, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. But you really got to see these guys play live, and come to the show, come to the dance off between me, Chad, and the Rhyme crew, and yeah, it's gonna be great. I don't know. July 9th. That's what I was gonna say. It's kind of more of a comment about how you guys play together, but then.
Yeah, we just, it's funny because we never thought about playing together before, which was weird. Like, Alex has been a DJ for 15 years. I started DJing in 2010, 2011, and, he's always done his own thing, and I've always done my own thing, and we never thought, hey, let's DJ together, but it happened one day by accident, and we kind of just, at the end of the night, we looked at each other and we're like, what the hell just happened? Like, that was awesome.
I didn't sleep that night at all, man.
It was like, oh my God, it was out of this world. Like, it was one of those things when, like, it's something like when you first find something for the first time and you're so excited about it and you're like, what the hell? Where has this been all my life? Type of thing. That's what it was for us. Like, I just remember that moment where we both stared at each other in our eyes and we were just like, wow, did that just really happen? Because, he does have his own sound. I have my own sound. And, we both are so comfortable with each other, so it just meshed perfectly, and the vibe that night was insane, and we were just like, we need to keep doing this, you know, we can't stop.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just it's incredible to listen to, because if you listen to the SoundCloud, you can actually hear the difference, and you can hear the difference of the two styles, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. We try to incorporate it, and it's cool because, you know, sometimes one person can get a little bit too Afro into house, you know, too much Afro house, and then that can get boring, and then here comes Alex, and he can just jazz it up and soulful it up, and I'll come back, like, you know, it's a perfect balance, which I think is what works with us, is that we keep our vibe hype and balanced, so it's a little bit for everyone, and that's why everyone loves it.
So do you kind of like play the room a little bit? Are you watching people?
Yeah.
As they're going, and you know how the mood is and everything,
yeah.
and how
it's a give, you know. We're giving to them, and they're giving to us. You know, everyone in the room is feeding off of each other's energies, and that's the best way it works. You know, Alex and I, we feed off of each other's energies when we're DJing, and sometimes it's fun. Sometimes we get competitive, like.
Really?
Yeah, so we can get competitive sometimes. You know, we're both Scorpios, so we have that competitivity.
Yeah.
You know, he'll play a song, and I'll be like, "Excuse me, like I was gonna play that song. Okay, fine, I got it. I'm gonna up you on this one. Can you beat me with this track? Because I bet you can't. You know, like it gets competitive.
That's cool.
So it's fun, and then, you know, you have the crowd, and we see them, and we see their reactions and what they're liking, and, you know, if we see that they're getting tired, you know, we'll throw in a little bit of a soulful track so they can, you know, have a little relaxing time while still jamming, and then boom, bring it right back up to hype. So
wow,
it's all a give.
So it's kind of a whole experience, really.
Yeah, it's an experience. Honestly, it's something that I feel everyone should experience at least once, because everyone that has fallen in love, and they continue to come each month, and I always see new faces, and new faces bringing in newer faces, so, you know, which is what lets me know that we're doing the right thing here. You know, we want to make this grow, and we want to expand, and we want everyone to experience this.
Yes.
All right, so I know we're gonna I'm gonna give it to Prof real quick, but just want to let you guys know, July 9th at Club Bohemia is the 1-year anniversary of ERATO. You got to check this out. It's right in Central Square, Cambridge. So you heard him. This is going to be a live performance. You have to check it out.
With Jihad Muhammad, he plays no games behind the decks.
No game.
It's going to be a banger.
Yeah. His event is called Bang the Drum, so ERATO's going to bang on July 9th.
Oh, man. I hope.
Nice ring to it.
Doors open at 9 p.m. No dress code, 21 plus. Just come as you are, ready to sweat and dance.
Yep.
Come early, though, please. Get there early.
Yes.
Don't get left out.
It will be packed.
It will be, definitely.
What's the cup?
Limited. Max capacity is 100, so space is limited.
Right on.
You gotta get the tickets. You gotta get them early. You gotta go to this show. This is Club ERATO, DJ.
Have you guys? We'd love to have you guys. We'd love to see you guys getting down on the dance floor. That battle. I'm looking.
You say that.
Was it competitive between me and Chad, or me and Chad versus JP Lime? I mean, I don't know. I
have an idea. Right?
Okay, here we go.
For your battle, how about this? How about you guys have one of us on each team? So I'll be on one of your teams. Alex.
That would be so dope.
And that way, yeah, I think that'd be a good battle.
Okay, but how long is this this session? Because I might have a heart attack.
I was gonna say, why don't you both just join our team? We're gonna beat them. I mean, I could break an ankle and beat them by myself. Like my Latinness will not allow me to lose this.
I'll just jump into it too much. I'll just jump into it, and I'll really get into it, and then like 5 minutes in, I'll be tapping out. You know?
We gotta make it fair, so. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to skip my Pilates that morning if I'm gonna get out there alive.
When you pass out, you gotta pass out doing a cool
just
pose.
make sure before you just make sure before you pass out and you do your little last like passed out cool move on the floor, you tag one of us in.
Yes.
Just have your hand up so that we know that you're trying to tag us in.
Yeah.
The winner gets the beer and a shot.
Calling for the paramedics.
Kids will be tagging out like Hulk Hogan. I can't do it, brother. Quick.
Mizont, what does the winner get?
The winner is getting a beer and a shot from us.
That's my kind of reward.
Nice. I'll take the beer. You take the shot, Chris. We're not losing.
You're gonna win this, okay? You haven't seen my moves. You haven't seen Chad. Chad's got moves.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Well, we have come down to the end of the hour here at the Oddball Show. It has been a great deal of fun, and as it always does when we're having a lot of fun, it cruises right by. So our thanks very much to the folks of ERATO. We are all obviously very much looking forward to the July 9th show. We'll post up all the pertinent information at jplimeproductions.com, at jplime on Twitter. You'll find it on Instagram. We'll be pushing this hard in the next couple of days, or actually next week. It's a week away. So we're pushing it hard all the next week. Please come and check them out. They are a force to be reckoned with in the Boston house scene, and a vibe that is a lot of fun. So come check them out. We're going to wind down here. Thanks for being here with us here for another edition of the Oddball Show. You can find it on SoundCloud, and you can find it on iTunes, you can find it on YouTube, and you can find it on our own websites. It's been a lot of fun. Jason, you want to take us out with a little jagged thought?
All right. Yeah, this is thanks again, ERATO. This has been a great podcast. It's been a really fun time with all you guys, and I'm just going to close out Jagged Thought 130, Our Own Pollution. Thanks again, guys, for being on the show.
Thank you guys
Thanks for having us, for real.
Thank you for having us.
I had a blast. Did you guys have fun?
I had fun.
All right.
It was off the hook. Very cool.
All right. Okay. Well, this is Jagged Thought 130, Our Own Pollution. Okay, here we go. Follow me to the edge. Walk to the end. Will you be my friend if this is all that it is? Welcome to the abyss. I missed this. Fell off a bit, but came back a prince. Left a trail of breadcrumbs for the ants to follow. If you don't want to follow, don't follow no more. That simple. Take the lead. Show them that you belong in first place for the first time. Let them know each rhyme and punchline came easy like sunshine. Let them know each sentence formed like lines of disenfranchised, overworked, medicated minds with picket signs fighting for their rights. ADA, yeah, right. Let them know your words want to be heard, connecting nouns, verbs, forming like Voltron. Start a revolution. Together we're words, we mean something, apart just letters. In these painful times we need more medicinal minds writing rhythmical rhymes. Knock off the box office. In primitive times I was a monkey, drumming on my desk, dance on it for money. Spray paint the senators and put them in full view. Meatballs and Pomodoro, poodle in the Blue Patrol. That was to the tune of Beck. Anyway, that was off the topic, novice. Slipped on it like hospital vomit. Gizmo is a gremlin, a Furby is a gizmo. Get 'em wet, they both don't work right no more. A video and fast forward, a rhymer rhyming slow-mo. A syncopatic drummer, a sympathetic lover. Make Tiffany a symphony, a player like a cello. Put jello in her hair, Jello. A dead Kennedy, kill the poor, whatever though. There's the smell of fresh fruit and rotten vegetables and the smell of democracy in the air. Hypocrisy in the air, bullshit. Speaking poetically speaking, together or separate, still feeling cheated. Oxygen tank, tube fed. Keep an iron fist and an iron lung keeps our country breathing. We begin to clot and heal our wounds from the last mass shooting. Breathe in the toxins of our own pollution. What are we doing? We're Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon, 2 days till retirement. Wondering where the peace went? Violence. Running through the cerebral cortex, neurons firing back at me, running with scissors, splicing synapses. Nightly, my mind is trying to find me, to fight or flight me. Wow, this poem got off track. That's what happens when you start a poem, leave it, and then go back. You got something different than what you had. You got good, and you got bad, and you got a Tuesday morning laugh and a roll in the rhythmic sack with the poet Captain Jack. Rhyming relapse, back to the future, to the back. Yeah. That was my poem. And that was... Not laughing at me. That was Jagged Thought 130, our own pollution.
Finger snap.
Oh, thank you.
It was good, man. I liked it.
Thank you. I mean, you have to really listen.
Versus.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey, guys, this has been a fun time. This has been the Oddball Show. We'll see you next time. Thank you all for being on the show, and take care, all right? Peace and love.
Take care, guys. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah.
This is the Oddball Show.
This is
Podcasting collaboration. JP Productions. An Oddball